Welcome back to the Grumpy Gamer channel. That's it, you guessed it. This is that channel where you get to see this old git talk about modern games. So for today's comments then, two things I want to talk about. First of all, it's Vendetta Forever. If you guys have seen my previous videos, I played the demo on the MetaQuest 3. I wasn't massively impressed with it. I was going to buy it as soon as it came out on the PSVR2. But the demo on the Quest sort of put me off a little bit, to be fair. And I think that's just down to the controllers. You know my relationship with the Quest controllers. I'm not a big fan, to be fair. So anyway, I got a load of, I redeemed a load of points from the PlayStation Stars. So I thought, well, actually, I can get this game for free. So I downloaded it on the PSVR2. And I have to say, yes, it is, in my opinion, a much better experience on a PSVR2. And that is just down to the controllers, haptics, adaptive triggers, headset haptics, even the sound. Now I use the same headset on the Quest as I do my PSVR2. I use my Pulse headset. And yeah, the 3D sound even is better on the PSVR2. It's a lot more immersive. So I found myself getting into the game a lot more. You know, obviously when I first started playing the demo on the Quest, I really was just trying to get the hang of the game and the mechanics of it and all that sort of thing. So by the time I jumped into the PSVR2, I knew what I was doing and could really find my rhythm. So is it a bit of an unfair assumption that it is much better on the PSVR2? No, I would say I'm right in saying that. You know, I said the other day that, does it give me John Wick vibes? No, not really. But playing it on the PSVR2, like I say, I was getting used to it more, getting into it. Yes, it did eventually give me those vibes. And I can say I'm really, really enjoying it. For the money, if you're going to buy it for $18.99, I think it's well worth the money. I don't know whether it'll have the longevity of games like Pistol Whip, you know, Beat Saber, Super Hot, that sort of thing. I know there are 60 levels. But like I say, I'm not sure whether it's going to have the longevity. But it is, yeah, it is great fun. And even if it only lasts you a couple of weeks or whatever, and then you don't play it again, I'm sure you're going to have an absolute blast with it. Now, on to the second thing. As you guys know, I've got the Cobra Vader 1 gun stock for the PSVR2. But I haven't got anything for the Quest. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to be playing a lot of first-person shooters on the Quest. So I didn't want to go and invest in a really good gun stock for like 80, 100 or over £100. You know, I've had my eye on the MagTube Pro Tube for a long time. But that's, I think, is about £114. And then if you want the haptic stock that goes with it, I think that's about another £150 or something crazy. But just for the bog standard one, it's about £114. Well, I didn't want to spend that just yet. So I did go for a super cheap gun stock. So I knew it wasn't going to be fantastic. And that's this one. This is the gun stock here. As you can see, it's very sort of similar, really, to the design of the Pro Tube. It's got the It's got the cheek bar there, so you can rest your cheek as if you're resting it on the stock. I do find that gets in the way with the strap. Sometimes my strap can get caught around it and then I'm trying to move. Yeah, so that's a bit annoying. But the most annoying thing about it of them all, which I knew straight away as soon as I put it together, is these magnets. These magnets are way, way, way too weak. And to be honest with you, if they'd have just had stronger magnets in, I really wouldn't have much bad to say about it at all. It would be 99% positive. But as you can see, I've had to revert already to taping that controller onto the tube. And that's because I think, you know, with the Cobra Vader 1, because the controller is actually bolted, if you like, into the rear of the gun stock, it does mean that you can do what you'd normally do with a rifle and pull that stock firmly into your shoulder. You can't do that with this one, not without that tape in place, because literally they just come straight off. And the worst thing is, Like I could be manually reloading, and I've had it before I put the tape on. I go to put that one on and it literally knocks this one off here, and then the whole stock falls down. Obviously you've got it on your sling, but it falls down, and then you're trying to mess about getting them connected again. And before you know it, you're getting shot in the face and it's all over. So like I say, what I've had to do, I've taped it in place so that doesn't happen. That I can hold it nice and tight. I can do my reloads back on, and away we go again. The only problem is now I can't drop the gun stock and throw grenades very easily, or reload a pistol I've got in my left hand. So it's marred the experience, but it's a lesser of the two evils. I was finding it nigh on impossible to do it as it was meant to be, you know, without the tape on it, because like I say, I just kept dropping the stock all the time. I've spoken to other people that own it, and they said, oh no, they don't have any problem with it. But like one guy said, but I haven't got anything else to gauge it on because it's the only stock I've got. So he's used to it being that way. Like I say, I'm used to being able to pull that stock into my shoulder. Now, one thing I would have done if I was designing this, and I don't know why the designer didn't, and that is on the end here, you can see this bit here, all they would need to do is have a little bit of plastic, like a hook, a clip, that would come down then and hoik onto there somehow. Just clip onto that. Same with this one. So it would mean that literally when you pull the butt into your shoulder, those hooks would pull in tight against the stock. So you couldn't pull them off like that. So all you'd need to do is just move forwards and they'd both come off. But when you go to pull in, it would hold it in tight. So I don't know why they didn't do that. So I'm going to see, so that I can get rid of this tape, if I can engineer something and like plastic weld it on there, just so it has that hook. Same with this one, design it somehow. So I've got to try and upgrade it to make it more usable before I eventually have to buy another gun stock. So I was pretty disappointed. I wasn't expecting a lot, but I was expecting those magnets to be better. And I think, you know, even if you don't have the clips on there, like I've suggested, just give it stronger magnets then, because they are very weak. The magnet on the Vendetta one is much, much stronger, which is a shame. Yes, I know it's a cheap one. Can I recommend it? Not really. Not really, especially if you're used to other stocks. You might have a bit of a problem like me. Now, the name of it, let's have a look. It's a strange name. So if you want to steer clear of this gun stock, it's a Baomaya VR gun stock. So that's Baomeya VR. So yeah, I picked it up on Amazon. Like I say, it was cheap. I'm going to try and upgrade it to see if I can get more life out of it, because I really don't like the idea of taping it. But it's the lesser of the two evils at the minute. I just couldn't use it how it's meant to be intended. But that's just me, folks. That's just my opinion on this. Some of you guys might already have it and you'd say, no, I use it absolutely fine, no problem. You know, yes, you might have to be a bit more gentle with it, but yeah, it's usable. Yeah, maybe it's me and my heavy-handedness. Anyway, folks, I thought I'd just let you know my opinions on Vendetta Forever on the PSVR2 and this Baomaya whatever VR gun stock. So until next time, guys, please have a great weekend, play some fantastic games, and until next time, I shall see you guys on the other side. Adios.